Sam, what's your emotion right now, if you can try and verbalise what you're feeling at the moment?
I guess disappointment. I'm just really sad this season's over. So many people put in so much to get us to this point, and for it to be finished it's not a strong enough word, disappointment, but there's obviously some pride, and I'm sure that'll come out over time. But right now I'm sad for the players, I'm sad for the fans. I think everyone mostly loved watching what we were doing, and we're just not quite good enough. And we're going to have to live with that, let it spur us on for next year.
If you didn't see it, I'm sure you would have been made aware of Ken Hinkley and James Sicily on the final siren. Is that disappointing to see a rival coach do that after a win and be brought into an exchange of words with your captain?
I mean, I can only speak on my club's behalf, and if I think about how my club, the Hawthorn Football Club, dealt with the post-game, we had a very young player who was having had some very aggressive words said to him by a much older man who's been in the game for a long time, and the captain of my club stood up for him. And so I think it's really tough to sit here right now getting rushed by the AFL. Make sure you're at your press conference on time. And so I understand the emotions of this time of year are really, really difficult, and I'm really proud of our captain, who would have been just as emotional, who was able to stand up and lead in a way that he could be proud of.
Will you seek to speak to Ken after that?
Absolutely not.
How frustrated are you to see that and have that relayed to you from a rival coach?
That's the third question, that's enough.
Does it hurt more as a coach than a player, like losing a game like that?
Oh, the pain I felt and the pain I saw in their faces was it was just a mirror. There's players and there's coaches, but we're as one. Like, so many, and it's not just the players. Like, I looked at, the players all sit like that, and there's all staff around the outside, and I looked at all the faces, all the red eyes, and it was pain and disappointment and frustration and regret and pride, and it's just all staring straight back at me. I'm sure it's what you see in my face right now. It's a brutal game, and we came from a long way back at the start of the year, and if we could have got a bit better, a bit quicker, a bit earlier, maybe we win that game. Gave ourselves chances. We just didn't quite take them, but I take enormous pride in the playing group. We've had some challenges across the whole season, but across the last few years, and I think when our fans go to work on Monday, they'll wear the colours and they'll be pretty proud of what we put out there today.
I know it's all very emotional, very raw, but I mean, where are the areas that you feel like you let yourselves down tonight, like that you lost the game in?
It was a close game. We didn't control much of the game. They controlled a lot of the territory. Centre forward, we were like minus 30 in one area of the ground for contested possession. So we weren't great in a few different areas, but I mean the technical, tactical aspect of tonight's game is we gave ourselves chances to win. We found a way against odds for the majority. A lot of the game was on their terms, but I'm not too sure just yet. Sorry.
Can you use this pain and this emotion going forward and look back on this in the future?
It'd be hard not to. Hope not. I think pain's a great motivator. Every training session, when you think about running through the line or finishing your extra rep in the gym and all those things, there's a little bit of a pain that burns into you. I don't think we were good enough to feel like we can be complacent. I don't feel like we're not. We're going to have to make progress. It's not a natural linear progression. We've said all year that we're far from a finished product, and we wanted to be in winnable positions more often, and we were. We won a lot of them, but we're in a winnable position today, and we just weren't quite good enough on the end. So I I don't think motivation has been hasn't been trouble for this group, hasn't been an issue for this group at all. So I imagine the pain of what I saw looking back at me post-game was a part of that that'll stay with them forever.
You talked about your captain's actions after the game, how proud, but what about his fourth quarter as well? You put him into attack and kicked 2 goals, had a say in one other, almost kicked the go-ahead goal. It was huge for you guys in that quarter.
Yeah, I mean, he's obviously been playing for a long time, less than 100% with his arm, and he'll go in for surgery pretty quickly, I'd imagine. So, I think lots of our players stood up. I thought, whether it was Carl Amon or Josh Weddle or Wizard, there's some young guys and some older guys, and they all were able to have an influence and be really important for us at different stages. And Sis's last quarter was obviously excellent, but Dylan Moore hit the post, he hit the post. So it's all at the margins, isn't it?
You came from the clouds as a team. Sam, when you addressed the group, were you able to express that pride that you have in them?
Oh, no, I hope so. I hope I did. And I think it goes without saying, I'm enormously proud of that group. I said to them, it's your club now. Sort of a lot of us helping them run the place and guiding and trying to be, show them what's needed to be elite at this level of footy, and they know now. So it's going to be an interesting next period for us. But we finished 6th, did we? So we're 6th. We're just in the top third of the ladder. So that's where we're at.
And the way they were able to capture the imagination of the country and their celebrations and their personality, I'm sure that's something as a coach you don't want to quell, because it brings out the best in the team.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have much to do with that. They run with them, and they love their job. It's a great job. They love what they do. They enjoy each other's company, and they express themselves on the oval. So as a coach, if I can point them in the right direction and they can spend that energy on things that help each other, then 3/4 of my job is really done.
Have you seen a player like Nick Watson enter the competition like he has this year, 170 centimetres, all the hype, all the focus, and handled the last fortnight like he has?
That's a good question. I don't really compare him to others, but when we drafted him at pick 5, he's our earliest draft pick. We haven't had a pick 5 since Lance Franklin or someone that far ago. It might have been maybe Xavier Ellis. So it's an early pick, and to pick someone of his stature, he obviously has some special talents, and there's a lot of people have had a knock on him forever, and he's taken it in his stride forever. And I thought, sort of single. I think we'd kicked 8 goals at one stage, and he had 3. And it's not like they were easy ones; they were all pretty tough shots. So I'm wrapped with his first season, and he'll get better. He didn't have a full pre-season; he had an injury mid-year, and he'll continue to improve. And he's going to need to, because as a collective, as harsh as this sound, we finished 6th.
It's obviously a special moment, will be bittersweet for Luke. I know you don't want to talk about the incident, but has that soured at all his send-off and his cheer-off?
Oh, I don't think so. I don't think anyone really looks at the other team. It's nice of Port Adelaide to respect him and line up, but I think everyone looks at Luke and the players that are cheering him off with an enormous amount of pride, and so privileged that he's been such a big part of the Hawthorn Football Club for such a long time, and from a personal level to have spent as much time as I have with him over this journey. I'm enormously proud of what he's been able to achieve, and it's going on next year, so plenty more games for him to get that one back.
Thanks, guys.